If you're a founder or marketing manager in a specific niche B2B industry who wants more leads, and you sell a high ticket service or very niche high ticket product to a specific kind of person in a specific kind of job role, this video is going to walk you through the exact framework and blueprint to create a high converting video ad that actually works. Video is one of the fastest ways smaller B2B businesses can actually win deals and win trust with their specific target audience. A simple video with a real person can build trust, familiarity, authority, and recognition. It lets your ideal client see actual faces that they'll be speaking to and working with 3, 4, 5, 17 times before they ever speak to you. And simple, raw, authentic video can help you win more deals more often. This 4-step blueprint is designed to help you create effective video ad campaigns that help convert your dream target audience. It's an always-on ad campaign that's effectively putting your best possible sales pitch in front of them 24/7 on their timelines. These simple steps help you turn a simple 60 to 120 second video shot on an iPhone into something that's going to fatten up your pipelines over the next 30, 60, 90 days. I created this specific blueprint to help my clients when they were creating video ads, because they'll have a lot of the hurdles and objections that you're probably thinking about when you wanted to start creating video content for your boring B2B business. So much of it is just to get over that fear of what to say, how to film it, and how not to look like an idiot and feel awkward with a really robotic sounding corporate voiceover. Let's get into it. Right, this is the blueprint for what a video ad, a great video ad will do and look like on your LinkedIn ad feeds, whether it's Instagram as well. You can run TikTok, YouTube. You can still follow this same framework, this same script, and adapt this for your company. I am not saying that image ads don't work. I'm not saying that other formats of ads don't work. This is just what we see the best likelihood for success on lower budgets, because you're basically putting your best ever sales pitch in front of your dream target customers and the specific buyer personas of people who are after your product or service. More about that in other videos within this starter pack around how you can specifically target individual job roles, job titles, as well as people in your CRM list, and you can narrow and layer those amongst each other along with size of companies, industries, etc., etc. Okay, so this framework, very simply, it's these 4 steps: your hook, your double down, present your solution, and your call to action with a no-brainer offer. Some of these terms might be familiar. And then there's 2 elements of, I'll just move myself here, 2 elements of social proof that you provide along with the 4 steps. In terms of filming tips, we see this best works literally just with an iPhone, formed with good lighting, good audio, and sometimes like the more amateurish or more normal setups are the ads that perform best versus really well lit, really well shot, really well-defined videos, because they seem more normal. They seem like something people would normally post on social media. And one, the algorithm loves that, so it's more to promote it, and you get further reach for the adverts from the platform. But 2, people are more likely to engage with it. We have seen basically selfie videos shot on people's iPhones work really well and A/B tested versus more boring, bland, fancily shot videos with fancy cameras, a studio, whole filming days. So that's great news for you in terms of sharing budget and speed and effectiveness of getting out ad campaigns. So selfie videos work really well, and you don't need to invest huge amounts. Sometimes you might want to up the production levels, you might want to improve the production levels over time, but don't let that be an excuse to not starting now. Speak naturally, like it's a conversation you're having. Don't try and overly script it. I think this is pretty familiar in all B2B marketing and B2B sales advice. Remember, you are speaking to a person. At the end of the day, you are not speaking to a weird, like faceless business. You are speaking to a person, an individual within a company who has some sort of influence, buying power, decision making that you want to reach and that you want to target. Like I'm speaking to you as if it's a conversation. I'm guessing you are either a founder of a small B2B service or product, or you are marketing director, marketing manager, you might be sales director, sales manager, and you just want more leads for your business, and you've had a look around paid advertising, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Google ads, what it can do for your business. Not sure. You might have seen an ad we've done, or you might have spoke to us before and we've sent this over to help you out. Speak naturally, like it's a conversation, because people are more likely to stay engaged and actually understand what you're talking about, as opposed to this weird language some people do when they speak and advertise in B2B is overly formal, overly stuffy, and it doesn't work because it means nothing to nobody. You want to basically get behind who you're speaking to exactly, the audience you're speaking to, and address them in a way they can understand and that they'll care about.
We use a simple free app, which you can download on your phone, you can download on a desktop, to add in fast cuts, cut out all the ums, ahs, anything like that. Don't worry when you're filming it, when you're filming on your phone. If you need to restart a sentence, go again. Just don't turn the camera off, don't stop the video. Keep the video rolling and just go clear your throat and start from the point you were just about to make. It also means that you don't have to group together loads of video files. You might just have like 1 or 2 longer videos which you can cut down, and we find CapCut Pro is the best, and it's free for the loads of the features you need. You can add in fast cuts, you can add in the effects, you can get really creative on it, but the simple ways like cutting up the video, adding in subtitles, and you can add in different fonts, different like effects, animations on subtitles, and text overlays, different b-roll or images overlaid on the top. But to start with, keep it simple and let your story and your selling be the thing people are focusing on, rather than any gimmicky overlays, etc. You can get that in time, or you can hire someone like us to edit and put that together if you really are struggling. One other point to say is videos under 2 minutes perform best and are long enough to nail every point. Platforms will favor videos, different by LinkedIn, different by Facebook, Instagram, Meta, YouTube. They will tend to want you to have a shorter video, like 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. Sometimes this changes. However, there is a big difference between you putting up a 10-second video without much context, that the platforms might favor that in terms of the algorithm initially, but you might not convince anyone to click, you might not convince anyone to persuade them to take the next step in your buying process, you might not make them care about your product, and really you're not achieving the objectives of your marketing campaign and advertising campaign to, one, make people more aware or more familiar and more trusted with yourself and your business, to make them care or give a shit enough to stay watching and be interested and intrigued in what you're selling, and then persuaded enough to click and hopefully get in touch with you, booking a call, booking an inquiry, fill out an inquiry form, download that lead magnet, whatever it might be. So that's why we say videos under 2 minutes, because you're sort of obeying that attention threshold. You're getting enough over in the video to giving them enough information so that they can care and make an informed decision, as well as often, like it's very easy to say this, is people won't necessarily click or watch the whole video the first time they see it, the second time, third time, fourth time. It's all about building touch points, building trust, and even just if you're using yourself in the adverts, building up more familiarity on their feed with you as a person and individual. So maybe that can come to fruition the next time you email them, next time your sales team email them, next time you see them at a conference, an exhibition, an event, whatever, is you're basically paying to speak and pitch them and give that elevator pitch to someone exactly in your target audience. So that's just some points beforehand. Relax, speak naturally like it's a conversation. Make sure that you're using somewhere to add subtitles, and try and keep it under 2 minutes. They tend to perform best. But again, experiment with this and see what you come up with. So the first part of the video is the hook. It's literally the opening frame, the opening 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds of your video. And one, this really needs to, like the name suggests, hook people in to actually keep watching the video. But the very, very first instance is hook people in so that they stop and play more than a split second of it and scroll straight past. That's basically the ultimate goal in the first instance of creating your ad, is what is going to make my exact target audience stop scrolling. We basically have quite a useful hack around this, and it works all the time, is try and call out your specific job titles you're targeting or the industries and types of companies you're reaching out to in a text overlay on the thumbnail and the first few frames in the first 5 seconds. So it could be attention B2B marketing managers, attention food and beverage warehouse managers, attention tired gym owners, right? You could put an adjective or a verb in that as well, is you want to call that out initially. And you'll see this work on timelines as well. It's a very simple framework. It's a very simple like psychological trigger, but it's a hook to make sure that the people you actually want to speak to are just at a pure pattern interrupt, stopping from the scrolling. That's the very first thing you want to do, stop people from scrolling. And it could be their job titles, could be industry, it could be their specific problems they're facing in that first 5 seconds. So that you need to achieve that first challenge to stop people from scrolling. You might want to test out a few different hooks, a few different iterations, but equally as important about stopping your dream audience from stopping them from scrolling is also filtering out the people you don't care about. If they've somehow ended up in your target audience and they don't fit the brief of the exact job title, they don't have the same pain points and issues that the people you're speaking to have, you don't care if they scroll past, and it coaches up the social media platform, whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be Facebook, TikTok, Google. They're more likely to show the video to people who have the same browsing behavior and characteristics as the people that stop and watch your video initially. Right, so challenge number one is people to stop from scrolling and the opening hook. So once you've got an opening hook, you want to double down on the problems and pain points your audience faces. So you want to basically pull at that thread, that the thing they've been thinking about, the issue they're facing. And obviously, I'm jumping ahead a bit here, but that problem and issue that they're facing needs to be related to what your product is solving, okay? Otherwise, there's no point in doubling down or reiterating the problems. You're making the problem, exacerbating the size of it, and making them itching and having a great desire to solve this problem. A really simple way to do this is you're asking rhetorical questions around what could happen if this problem persists. If you are aiming at founders and owners, it obviously is more related to the death of their business, revenues going down, struggling to do X, Y, and Z related to if their business declines or even fails entirely. If you are going lower down the chain, if it's a manager, director, or even lower level, there's different troubles, different issues. If this problem persists, they don't get the recognition, they don't get promotions, they don't change their career, they don't have an easier job, right? It could just be around saving time and reducing the headaches and annoying things around the job they're doing. You want to then make sure that you highlight that it doesn't have to be this way. This provides a natural bridge, this doubling down, asking rhetorical questions, pulling that thread is a natural bridge between the hook that you are opening with to stop from scrolling and talking about your product and service. So many businesses just go, hi, we're James Green's office engineers. We do this, this, and this, and list out services. Great, but no one cares initially. They care about themselves. They care about their problems. They care about the issues they're facing and how they can make their lives, jobs, careers, income better. Okay, so make sure you understand that, and make sure you're understanding that these building blocks are there to make people stop them from scrolling, make them keep watching, and as we get further into that, clicking, inquiring, and converting. Here is a really nice part of your video to add in the first element of social proof. Social proof is essentially another psychological trigger which is all around making people comfortable that someone else has done this before them, making people comfortable that they're not making a mistake because other people have done it. Other people have done this process and trust it. If you are following gym accounts or personal trainers, they're showing their case studies of things they've done before. If you are on Amazon or Uber Eats, you are seeing the 5-star reviews. Literally the number of reviews is one thing, but also the in-depth reviews, photos of other people who've been happy families, etc. On those review listings. That's what social proof is. What we see works really well is 2 elements of social proof. The first initially is a quick story of how you solve the problem you're doubling down on, the problem you're addressing is you solved that before for Steve and it caused this transformation in his business. So you're talking about the hook, you're doubling down and you go, look, we've actually solved this problem before for Steve, introduce Steve, and before he was facing X, Y, and Z issues, which relate to the same issues you talked about first. Now, 6 months later, after working with us, his business is gone to X, Y, Z, whether that's him having a better life, reducing stresses, improving headcount, growing his business, growing his revenue, growing his income, whatever it might be, landed X amount of clients. So a really quick one-liner just to validate, oh, someone else has done that, someone else had that problem, and now they've got this. So immediately the prospect and the audience that's viewing the video and that you're talking to knows they're in the position that you're talking about because they're identifying, they're nodding their head along with when you're asking these rhetorical questions around those problems. Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. And they identify with Steve or whoever a previous testimonial case study is for you. And they go, oh, Steve's now in this position. I want to be in that position too, like Steve. How do you get there? Boom, your solution. You want to present your product as an amazing gift to them, a solution that you happen to be, they've stumbled across and they are honoured and privileged to be able to access this level of expertise, knowledge, software, service, whatever it might be that you are selling. You are positioning it as they are fortunate enough to see this today, because without that, they would still be struggling, tinkering along with what they done before. This has a big flip reversal in terms of the psychology around selling it to them afterwards, that they happen to feel fortunate enough that they found you, as opposed to you and your sales team hammering down them, chasing them and getting nowhere with them. It really flips the whole thing, makes it much easier after the fact. But it's an unbelievable gift you're sharing with them, and then they're fortunate of seeing this ad today. Stack the value of your product and service. So you're saying not only are you getting IT help around the clock, is you need to be basically hammering home all the benefits that you bring to that business and that you serve them with, okay? Because it's no use just having a one line, oh, we do this, and making it boring. You need to make it seem like an amazing deal. We bring you this benefit, we bring you this benefit, we bring you this benefit, we bring you this benefit. And then also Make it clear the format of your product and service. I would say this is more relevant to perhaps software companies or consultants, that you want to make sure people aren't completely in the cold, completely in the dark around what they're actually inquiring about. You don't want to cause confusion later down the line. It could be it's in the form of a workshop. It could be in the form of an online program. It could be this is a monthly subscription cost, right? You don't open with that. You open the benefits of everything, but you just make it clear what they are buying. Are you a monthly retainer agency like ourselves, where we charge people by the month to manage those services? You don't want people confused later down the line. Introducing your solution, and to be honest, all of you should be pretty good at this, but make sure that you're listing the benefits it brings first, rather than just the details and the specifications of your product. And just a quick note here, you might also be realizing that framing not just a video advertising campaign that you're conducting on LinkedIn ads in this framework, it's not a bad way to frame all of your marketing campaigns, all your content, your website, landing pages, stuff like that, following this type of framework and this natural story arc, and persuading people from stranger to client in this natural step, because it does follow that process very well between awareness, interest, desire, action. Whatever marketing framework you think, we've just applied this to our own blueprint for getting the best quality video ads that convert into leads through paid social media advertising campaigns. Like I say, talking about your solution, I'll move myself over here, then naturally leads you from social proof 1 to talk about social proof number 2. You talked about how Steve had that transformation, and you've talked that you basically explained how you are behind that transformation and all the other benefits you bring to Steve and the rest of your customers. And another nice little line that you can add in here to basically keep people really keen, and if they haven't already made their mind up, is just an extra reassurance and hug that they're going to make the right decision. They're not going to get fired from it. They're not going to lose their business, because you're going to say and wrap around this decision numbers that help validate that decision, whether it be number of clients, whether it be number of 5-star reviews, whether it be a pounds or percentage improvements. And we're using numbers because they trigger something weird in the brain, that you've got the story. So Steve going, "Hi, I did this," but you can even get a video clip of Steve saying that, or you might just mention them offhand. Then using specific numbers, and weirdly, random numbers such as £137,500 generated would work better than over 100k generated. That specificity has a weird little trigger around working, and it's the same with ad copy as it is in a video. For whatever reason, our little simple human minds are a bit more excited around really specific numbers. The holy grail is you can talk around a pounds or percentage improvements for a number of your clients, or some in particular. If not, you can literally, the easiest ones we've done is we've done screenshots of client logos, or screenshots of Google review sites, or simply emails of happy customers coming up on the screen, just so it gives them a little nod of, okay, yeah, other people have used them and they're happy with it. Then this is really important. It's amazing how many companies forget to do this. They don't add in a call to action. They don't tell the audience of who's just watched that video, who's watched 180 seconds, who's watched 30, 40 seconds, who's given you the time of day and the attention in a very busy life, or even if they're just pretending to look busy in between meetings. They don't tell them what to do afterwards. They don't say, "Oh, go to this page or click the link or do whatever and fill out a form and we can book in a call." You want to make it really idiot proof of what you want that person to do. You want to make it basically a no-brainer decision. There's different ways you can do this. One is simplicity. You go, look, all you have to do is click here, fill out your name and details, and we'll provide you with this amazing thing for free. We'll provide you with this, no strings attached. We'll provide you with X, Y, and Z. If you can make it and stack the value of what you're willing to provide on top, further and further things, where it could be simply, we're running a sales promotion over the next 3 months. The first 20, 30 people that join get X% off. We're running discount, whatever it might be, sales and price discount works. Or even better, maybe added value where they get free X, Y, Z. It obviously depends on your product and service. We can help map this out together with you, but you'll know better than most people what you can provide as an extra little hook to basically that last little hurdle that you want to overcome and get them to jump over, and clicking on that button, clicking on that link to see more. Make it a no-brainer offer. It makes it easy for them to say yes and easy for them to convert. And I shouldn't have to say this, but sometimes, especially with smaller businesses where you are actively delivering the service or product as well as being the people selling it, once the lead comes in, be persistent. Don't devalue or view these leads as any different to one that comes and meets your exhibition or event or fills out your website form just because they came on social media and just because they paid for them. If anything, because you've created and declared that target audience, they could be even more perfect for you. And don't leave them alone. Be persistent. Don't knock down their door or anything, but it needs more than just one email after you get round to seeing their inquiry come in and then giving up straight away.
If you follow that structure we've just walked through, you're going to be ahead of 95% of all B2B companies marketing on LinkedIn or any other platform. So many companies are losing because their creative is boring, it doesn't hook people in, it doesn't retain people, and it doesn't actually guide them to the next step effectively and turn into leads. And the thing is, video, when it's done properly, is a real unfair advantage to niche, boring, unsexy B2B businesses. Like I've said, the best way to use this blueprint is to run as an always-on 24/7 ad campaign to the exact sort of companies you want to work with and the exact job titles you actually speak to and sell to on LinkedIn ads and other ad platforms. There's guides and links in the description below. And if you don't want to stare at a blank page wondering what to say and you're really struggling creating that initial script, I've actually built a tool for you that's going to help you get your video off the ground. You tell it the details about your business and be specific, be thorough, tell it who you sell to, tell it your specific offers, some of your social proof and case studies. And it will give you some options and talking points to riff off and sound natural in your video. It's not like a full script writer, it's not a teleprompter for you to read off. It's there to help you. Use it once and you'll never struggle to script a video ad ever again. And also, it'll probably help you create some image ads and other types of organic marketing as well. Stop overthinking production and start actually getting the message out there to your audience. And once you've got your video sorted and you're happy, the next step is to get it in front of those people. If you want to de-risk that next step and have an expert handle those advertising campaigns for you to produce more leads more often, there's a link in the description below where you can book in a call with me and we can talk through your business, your target audience, your offer, and how we get the most for your specific budget. Thanks for watching this video. Stick around and watch the next one that pops up on the screen now, and it'll help you make your boring B2B business a little less boring. Cheers, bye.